Sinister is a movie released in 2012 starring Ethan Hawke and James Ransom, written and directed by Scott Derrickson. Now, this movie, I think, kick-started a new string of actually scary movies. This one is, I didn't expect to be as terrified as I was going into this movie as I was coming out, but oh my word, it hits you. So this movie centres around a true crime author played by Ethan Hawke, who essentially moves his family into a house where a family was killed, and that has remained an unsolved case in the small town that he's now living in. Whilst living in that house to try and investigate and solve the issue and almost document it in his new book, while he's met with hostility by the police because of this, he does end up discovering a box of Super 8 reels in the attic. And when he actually starts watching these, he finds that actually it's not just one murder in this house. There's a history and a catalogue of all similar murders of families that have taken place in really bizarre circumstances, all of them documented on each and every one of these reels. And what's interesting about these reels is that A, you don't know who's filming them, and also they are labelled as if they are cherished family memories. So almost like what you'd expect on any family album. But also, you get the subtle little appearances from the demon, the monster, that is effectively causing these murders to take place. So, as the mystery grows, what Ethan Hawke's character ends up finding is that there's a demonic cause, a demonic origin behind these murders that are taking place. And with the assistance of his friend, who is Donnie from The Wire, if you guys have seen that, he's a cop who's helping Ethan Hawke's character out. But with his help, they do actually sort of stumble across essentially the answer to the mystery, in that the kids have all disappeared in all of these families, and there's a reason why, and that's because they're the ones doing the murders under the possession of this demon. And unfortunately for Ethan Hawke's character, he discovers that all too late as he ends up part of another murder. Now this, I really do enjoy the story of this movie because I love a mystery where it slowly drip fed bit by bit, where the protagonist uncovers something a bit more and a bit more. And this is a classic movie, or classic mystery movie, sorry. But added into that is an absolute terrifying horror element into it as well. Because not only is the demon terrifying in itself, but just some of the imagery they put into this, such as the demon moving on a still image, on a paused image, or it just being present in the background without you noticing until your eye just gets drawn to it. And even just some of the horrific nature of how these murders take place is, I mean, the tapes themselves are absolutely horrific. I mean, it starts off quite nice, where quite upbeat, and it's sort of daytime, everyone's having fun, and then it immediately just cuts, bang, nighttime, tied up, ready to be killed in a horrific manner, and yeah, it stays with you. The pacing in this movie is also spot on. There isn't a dull moment. It just keeps you engaged with it. You're just hanging on the word of Ethan Hawke, who plays his character absolutely superbly throughout this movie. And yeah, you just wanting more and more, wanting to know the answers. There, unfortunately, there is a cheap jump scare right at the very end where you see the demon carrying the child off somewhere into their realm, wherever it is they're going, and there is the face of the demon just pops out of the screen to scare you one last time. It's not in fitting, it's not in keeping with the rest of the story, it's not in keeping with the rest of the tone of the movie. It's just cheap at the end of it, and why they decided to do that, just to ruin what they'd already built, I don't know, but I'll let that pass just because of how good the rest of the movie is. And I do like the subtle poetry in it, the fact you've got Ethan Hawke's character who is so consumed by this mystery, so consumed by this story, which expands out into multiple different murders that have taken place, and him wanting to find the answer to everything, to the point where he's just consumed by it until he becomes part of it. And when I say he becomes part of it, not only does he become part of it with regards to the investigation side, but he literally does become part of it because him and his family form the latest in the series of murders as well. And yeah, I mean, there is a bit of poetry behind that, really. And all of that is grade A stuff. So overall, I'm going to give this movie 4 stars because I enjoy it every time I watch it and I keep coming back to it. There is never a dull moment whenever I watch this, no matter how many times I do. So that's my review of Sinister. What did you guys think about it? Have you guys seen it? Whatever you guys thought, please pop it in the comment section below. As always, thank you very much for watching this video. I will be back with another upload soon, but until then, you guys take it easy and I'll catch you on the next one.